I don't know. You might see Kanye with one of those pretty soon. Who knows?
I've always admired this hairstyle.
All right.
He made the graduation album, man, and it sucks. It's like one of the best CDs I ever listened to, and I can't listen to it anymore.
We've talked about that before. Can you not separate the craftsmanship from the?
It depends.
I can't listen.
It depends.
I can't listen to any R. Kelly albums. There's some R. Kelly albums.
I mean, that's that's also very bad.
See, but you're talking about an album that was like R. Kelly was always doing that shit. You're talking about something that was post Kanye Hitler worship.
I don't know if we can continue the conversation. I think Cesar killed it with the R. Kelly comparison. I think that's it. I think that's over.
Yeah.
The defense rests his case.
I broke the argument.
That might be it.
Yeah. It's really hard after that, you know.
It's impossible. Oh, Renee's on with us. We must be live. Renee.
Yeah. I literally just got the phone with Renee. I was like, man, I gotta get off the phone, man. We gotta jump on. I'm gonna jump on the podcast. So.
Y'all didn't get on Halo and get murdered with us and Renee.
Renee was telling me that story in detail, and I was like, I'm glad I went to bed. I think I looked at the time at like 9 o'clock, and I didn't see anybody on there. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, I ended up getting on late.
Yeah, I know I got the that text last week, but we were trying to watch JoJo.
You chose the better method.
JoJo had dropped. I don't know, man. Not both of us aren't too pleased about how that arc shook out.
Was crazy.
I still have yet to watch past episode 7. I was waiting for it all to be done. But then again, I've read the manga, so I already know what kind of happens. And yeah. There's a reason why he decided to reboot it and go to a different universe after Stone Ocean, because I think as you can tell, he did everything he can really do in that world.
Yeah.
And Steel Ball Run is awesome. I can't wait until they animate that. It's gonna be fun.
Cesar, what was that very violent, crazy thing you tweeted that I watched of someone like doing this crazy fist, and then this demon thing had her trapped in his thighs and stuff like that? It wasn't as erotic as I'm making it sound.
That was One Piece. That was Nico Robin's new transformation.
Of course. He looked violent. Was he the devilish looking one?
That whole bit in One Piece is that she knows a dead language that the world government's trying to bury. So it was easier for them to say that she was the devil child and have the whole world try to kill her. And then she's like, well, you know what? I'll take that name. And she figured out a way to become a demon so she can protect her friends with it.
Okay. That's pretty good.
She's like, I'll own
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, she said, I'll own that.
You're going to fucking make me this thing. I'll be your worst nightmare version of it. That's good. That's good stuff. All right. Y'all got news pulled up? Everybody ready to rock? I want to rock.
Yep. Let's go. Tilt controls.
Brad's giving us flashbacks.
You are almost carbon copy of Russell.
Bridge crew.
It's like I'm looking in the mirror. Not in the mirror, but it's like looking at what to describe it.
Oh man, it's a pretty good bit.
I don't
this
know
bit should have been on the bit should have been on the show. People always got to join us early.
I almost stopped saying Russell. Is that you?
Some Sea of Thieves.
Welcome back to the show.
Bridge crew.
You might be introduced. As such.
like a Russell apprentice. What would he be?
We got a Russell in.
They're like Highlanders. There can only be one. One of you has to destroy the other.
We're gonna videotape it.
Loser shaves their mustache.
We're gonna get our phones out. And we're gonna watch them drive to a gas station and use fake lightsabers just to fight each other.
We have some. We recently purchased some of these, so this can be arranged.
Yeah.
We meet at the Waffle House at dawn.
Yeah.
There you go.
Waffle House.
There we go.
I hope he's watching. I hope he's on live. I'm on here. Is it? Yeah, just Renee's on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 237 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight's news. Next-gen prices coming to Xbox. Haven't they always been? Monster Hunter rises to more platforms. I see what you did there, Brant. Well done. Or is that Brant? Call of Duty back on Nintendo? Question mark. We have your December Game Pass games, and there were some Game Awards announcements. We'll probably try to breeze through those as quickly as possible. I'll be learning a bunch of that from you guys. I was not able to watch, so.
Oh.
All right.
Did you sign up?
Yeah.
Win the free
I even turned on.
No, I did
made
not.
sure I was confirmed. I turned on my stream, and I had to leave the hotel at that time, so I wasn't actually able to watch. But I saw some questionable names that were winning.
I was there.
MILF Hunter.
The first one was MILF Hunter, and I was like, oh, God,
first
here we
purple.
go. Yep, and then another one was 73456.
Like a bot.
999A
Yeah.
was another one.
Oh, we'll get into the Game Awards madness later. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by our resident bridge crew, Sea of Thieves extraordinaire.
No, it is just I.
Newsmaster Brant McKee. Brant, you got some splaining to do if you would like to disclose your appearance change for our video watchers and audio listeners.
Ran into a burning building to save a box of puppies and kittens.
They were just living in the box together, like all harmoniously.
Yeah. They were getting along, commingling. And then that damn fire came.
Took away the majority of your facial hair.
Of my facial hair.
I was waiting for Brandon to go like, it is I, Dio.
It was me, Dio, all along.
Did Jack Black have a mustache in Nacho Libre? I've had diarrhea since Easter's. So. That also, you may also be able to pull off the Nacho Libre here. For I wore my starchy pants. Also here is our resident page master and lore master, Cesar Concepcion II. Welcome, sir. Thank you for cleaning up your workspace before you join this podcast. We are a podcast of godliness, video games, and cleanliness. We needed impeccable workstations before joining.
No pizza on the floor.
I prefer the blue carpet not turn red.
So what happened? Was it a piece of pepperoni? Was it an olive? How exactly?
Cheese.
It's just a cheese pizza.
It's like greasy cheese.
Literally, as I was, it just slid right off, and I was like, great.
In slow-mo.
Okay,
it at least landed on my foot. Yeah.
What is it? Marco's, Pizza Hut.
Oh, this is important. This is important.
TV dinner.
Oh, bottom barrel. That's why the cheese slid off the pizza. We were trying to figure out that. As Cesar joined us for recording tonight, he was cleaning up a suspicious stain on the floor. We were suspecting
It's pizza sauce. It's pizza sauce, I swear.
Yeah, Richard was suspecting something.
No, we knew you were eating. You were cleaning up from dining. It was very clear, and I'm glad it didn't stain your carpet. All right.
You don't have to worry about it. You can put a black light.
We bought them we have a cat black light and a dog black light. They apparently have different urine scents or urine. Oh, definitely urine scents, but like different urine indicators. So into two different flashlights.
They don't sell one. They don't sell like a combo one?
It doesn't do both. I don't know. Yeah.
It sounds like
click
you got
twice for cat pee. I don't know. I did research to confirm it. So.
I mean, you could literally. That's what you should do is build one like a cylinder one, and it's like one side cat, one side dog, and then the top one maybe like deer urine or something like that.
Human.
It's like the red and blue 3D glasses for 3D movies that they would give you or games. You got to look at it for like the blue lens for the cat pee and the red one for the dog pee, and if they pee together, you see both of them.
Absolutely,
I like this.
Mixed together.
We're giving away $1 million ideas on tonight's NOFODcast. You never know what you're going to find out.
We're going on Shark Tank with this shit. They're not gonna laugh us off.
Do any of them have animals? That would be part of the kicker. You have to figure out what they're interested in.
Sorry, NOFODcast, but
immediately.
We bring the animals and have them urinate near them. Have them drink a ton of water before they go on stage.
Deny your animals excrement till you get to the show.
My gosh.
That might get us arrested, actually. That's not even going to be a denial from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's where
It's the equivalent of the hold your Wii for a Wii contest that killed that lady a couple years, many years ago.
I'll never hold your urn.
Yeah, pretty much. You gotta go. Speaking of going and going up, this comes from The Verge. Microsoft to raise Xbox first-party game prices from $60 to $70 in 2023. Microsoft joins Sony, Ubisoft, and others with Xbox Game Studios titles priced at $69.99 next month. So that will include, this is from Tom Warren at The Verge, he notes that includes Xbox Game Studios like Redfall, Starfield, and Forza Motorsport.
Don't forget Alex Castro also.
Yeah, he did. I'm sorry. I would have failed to credit Alex Castro for that illustration. That's a great illustration. It's like an Xbox in an Xbox, right? It's like an iris for the Xbox.
Yeah. Should be on your shirt.
I think Brant may be the only one to have bought a first-party Xbox game recently when you got a Halo. Good thing they're all on the disc, right? Since it's $70. Or
right.
What was the other one? Call of Duty. Call of Duty was a big recent one with like 600 megs on the disc or something.
I don't even think it was that much.
It's like getting to the point where you only, and I saw somebody, there was it Ratchet and Clank is on sale right now? It's $29.99 physical. And somebody's like, somebody in the thread was like, I got the discless PS5. And I think it's not really something talked about. People talk about the ease of access for digital content and stuff like that. But you also are open to other sales and things. Like you can get pre-played games or deals on discs or
clearance games. Walmart. Me and you have taken advantage of the clearance section of Walmart many a time.
Have you poked in there?
Not recently, but I know there's every now and then they big stacks of stuff and just clearance.
Yeah, back in the day, that stuff used to be a lot more universal. There was like a cheap-ass gamer Walmart clearance thread where you'd see, and they still do it, but it's not as widespread as it used to be.
Hell, some store by store in certain areas too, in regions now.
So I've got a game. Go ahead.
Now it's funny when you mentioned that, Richard, because like the exact same thing I saw on the Need for Speed that just dropped down to 39. Yep. Somebody was bitching like, "Great, I have the discless PS5." It's like, otherwise I could have bought.
They would have got it for 40 because the digital copy's not on sale for 40 right now. Ratchet and Clank may be on sale. With that being a Sony first party, I could see them doing it for the digital.
Yeah, there's a bunch of first parties that are on sale at the moment.
I think Last of Us is on there, and maybe Horizon, the new Horizon game is in there too. I've got a Game Pass story to tell. I don't know if this is the right time for it or if we want to do games played. Maybe this is. I don't know. Because we're all Game Pass Ultimate members, right? And I know we've talked about on the show letting subscriptions expire, that sort of thing. What are we actually going to have to use it for? So I actually did it. I let it go, and I was away for a couple days, so it was no impact, and it didn't affect me in any regard. But when I got home, it was going to be Halo time, so I wanted to try out and just see what that would look like. So I've got my two main Xbox games I play are Infinite and Master Chief Collection. So I clicked Infinite first, and I was greeted, because I know it's free to play, right? I should be able to jump right into this thing. And I get greeted with this thing. It says, "You don't own this content," something like that. And I'm like, wait, what? I've got so many hours in this game. So they direct you to either up or enroll in Game Pass or choose an edition type thing. So I just had to actually get the license for that free-to-play copy of Infinite. But once I was in there, I could play multiplayer. It was no issue. I could not go to the campaign, obviously. So that told me to either buy the disc. Y'all ever the backwards compatibility games that I've popped in and put the copies on, that tile will show in your library. So I've clicked that before, and it's like, you don't own this, pop your disc in or whatever. And it's like, okay, I got to go. That was Splinter Cell. I don't own the digital copy of that. I got to go get the disc and pop in there. It did that same type thing for the campaign. It's like, you can purchase this or go get your disc. So that would have worked. I went to Master Chief Collection because I actually own that digital license from years ago at this point. I think that came with Cesar and I's first Xbox One. And everything was fine. Campaigns are good. As soon as I click multiplayer, I got the same this is not part of your current, but it was like a weird older Xbox Live message. Like, this is not part of your Xbox Live. It didn't say package, but like it was blocked off. Like it was a NAT type issue or something. It was kind of a weird error. And a friend of mine at that very time wanted to play Master Chief Collection. So I was like, you know what? CD Keys has it for $28 right now, I think, for the 3-month. So I was like, I'll just do it and pop this in. And my kids are also still playing that unpacking game, so that was my Game Pass experience. I'm back in the ecosystem. I don't know. It just seems easier to pay the less than $10 a month and not have the nuisance. I figure I spend more on less, so... Back in Game Pass.
Less on more.
Less and more. Speaking of less and more, from San Romano Gamatsu, Monster Hunter Rise is coming to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PS4, and Xbox One on January 20th, 2023. It'll also be available via Game Pass. We all know that's why I re-up Game Pass, so Cesar and I could play Monster Hunter Rise.
Give Monster Hunter Rise another try.
This was the Switch exclusive one, right? Okay, and it was never on PC?
Yes.
And PC.
Switch and PC.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
that'll be January 20th, 2023 for $40.
The only caveat is it is going to be a digital only, no physical release.
Copy of Monster Hunter Rise.
Yep. The only thing I'm excited about, it says range and shielded weapons will also make use of dual
That's pretty cool.
on PS5.
When that's implemented right, it's done
a lot
well.
of people. Yeah, a lot
And
of people
3D
are
audio.
hoping because this is just the Monster Hunter Rise, the base game, that once Sunbreak comes out and whatever else they're going to have to, so DLC going forward supporting the game, that maybe eventually they'll have
That'll be the
a physical
copy.
version
Yeah.
release on the other consoles that will be the the complete edition, or whatever they want to call it, and we'll have all the DLC
Is this
on
not?
there.
This shows my lack of Monster Hunter knowledge, I guess. But is that not a game as a service? Is it not like always updated and stuff? Can you play it offline? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. It's not one of those like
You want to play with
Fortnite or
friends?
anything.
No.
Because I guess I had always thought of it as a live service type thing. Like I got Monster Hunter Iceborne just to have the disc. Well, I think I got that before I kind of made that hardline stance against games as a service discs. I'm like, I'm not buying this. It's not. I guess maybe way down the road it'll be decent for preservation, but what version of that? And now they're just putting CD keys on there. It's not even it's just an unlock.
Yeah.
But this is pretty good. It's going to be on more platforms. And I know, is it Iceborne? Is that the name of that one? What was the last one? Icebreak? I thought it was Iceborne. Monster Hunter World.
Monster
That was
Hunter
the
World?
main one. But that was like, this their,
I think
yeah,
the
Ice
expansion
something.
was
That's
like
Monster,
Ice-
that's Capcom's best-selling game of all time, right? So, yeah.
Like 20 something.
So it makes sense to bring this to these other platforms. With arguably better online infrastructure. Can't play and chat over the Switch at the same time. As we've found out.
You can have a separate phone. device.
I got to thinking about that because we're in this gap where the Switch still feels new to me sometimes. It's like, man, I remember getting that at launch, and Zelda is such an awesome game, but it has been like I think back to that time period of my life, like I had young kids, and it's long in the tooth, man. That thing's been out for a long time, and that app came out like 5 or 6 years ago. They don't have another solution for that.
Uh-huh.
Because we all suffered through trying to implement our own stupid Splatoon solutions to be able to chat with each other. They make us be creative.
Now, what's upsetting is that we had this conversation all the time. Is like you can use Fortnite.
Yeah.
Normally.
You just got to have Epic Games.
Yeah.
The option is there. It's
Yeah.
just they don't feel like doing it. Yeah. I think a lot of that's because they don't want to host that type of technology for whatever reasons. The only thing I could think of. Epic must be
They're like,
running that on there.
just put it on your platform. We'll take care of the technical back end of it. Have y'all seen all the stuff going around in that PS5 version of Fortnite? It's supposed to be like graphical showcase.
It looks
All
really
right, I
fucking
might
good.
be in.
It looks really good.
I might be in. Did you?
I jumped in for a little bit. Yeah.
All right, Cesar, let's play some Fortnite. Let's stream it.
I'm all about.
Yeah,
the
I
build
won't play
mode,
the
man.
build
Fuck
one
that
either.
shit. I want to build in Minecraft. I'm not a bitch.
Get killed by people throwing up doors and stuff in your face.
Like, oh, let me build this whole house. I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to fight that guy. Let's let him do what he's doing.
And murder me from behind the wall.
Keep going.
All right, Monster Hunter Rise coming to PS5, Xbox Series consoles, PS4, and Xbox One on January 20th, 2023. This is 10 years of PS4 and Xbox One next year, isn't it? We're closing in on a decade of supporting this thing.
Yeah.
Next up, when do you guys want to take this one?
New PS4. Oh,
Yeah, so
This is out of left field.
again, ongoing. I don't know, just news coming out of this the whole Activision Blizzard acquisition deal that is, I don't know, it's just ongoing and always something more about it.
Weekly update.
So Microsoft enters in to a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo platforms. So along with this, he also said to bring it to like PC to Steam as well, which I don't see it in this article. This is from Sal Romano. It just goes over the basic, them talking that they, want to bring games, like he always says, more games, more places.
This seems to be part of their like counter litigation to siloing off those Bethesda Studio titles. And I don't think it was our thread. I think Cesar was talking about it with me. If they had just said those titles were coming to everything, then it seems like that would have gone through. It wouldn't have been all this balking that it is currently.
Yeah. Which, so the basically Sony, as a I guess pseudo clapback to this, had an internal email that got out saying that the only reason they're trying to support Nintendo now is it's, they're trying to basically cover their ass, and nobody playing on Nintendo wants Call of Duty because Call of Duty flopped on Nintendo's last generation system.
I was trying to think, when was the last Call of Duty on a Nintendo platform? Was it that one?
I believe it was Black Ops 2 on the Wii
Was
U.
Ghost after that? Ghost wasn't after that?
Yeah.
I think Ghost is...
Yeah. Shit.
Look at us.
I don't think...
Let's go on there. We're all going to play online on Wii U. Call of Duty Ghost on Wii U. Let's go. I think it was notoriously...
I don't know. I think it's
notoriously worse than the PS3 and 360 versions.
Richard could be right,
sure.
man. I don't know. Let's see.
Double check.
Black Ops 2 was a launch. Black Ops 2 was a launch
Holy
title,
shit.
and then we got Call of Duty Ghost the next year. And I believe I bought that. I believe I got that for Wii U. Grab it up, guys, if it's not in your collection. Definitive way to play.
And then, of course, before the Game Awards, which we'll get to a little later, the FTC had announced that they were officially putting in their litigation, suing Microsoft,
suing to stop
with this deal.
Yeah.
Basically saying that Microsoft had promised that all these Bethesda games and other things wouldn't be, they wouldn't just make them exclusives. They'd bring them to other things, and then later after that deal, basically took that back and said that these are going to be Xbox exclusives. And so I don't know. We'll see where this goes. I think pretty much everybody's tired of hearing about this.
It's a little news year, so that's why they're reporting the shit out of it. So
yeah,
these are the same. This is like the third or fourth time I've gone through this. This is the same fucking arguments they made when everybody and their mom was trying to stop Disney from getting Fox.
Uh-huh.
Now you got Disney, which is super huge, and nobody can compete with Disney. And now they're like, oh, there's not too many players out there, so I don't know if we can merge other people now. And they're gonna make that argument like, let this fucker get so big. How am I supposed to compete with them? Unless I buy up other big studios.
Of which there are very few left at this point. That also may not want to be under a Microsoft type umbrella. Yeah, but this is newsworthy about the Nintendo thing. Like, okay, that seems like doubling down on an effort to.
Richard, this reminds me of your tweet that you always send me of Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Little shaking his hand. Yeah, because I don't see
No,
response from Nintendo
there hasn't
at all
been.
on this. It's just like, is this Microsoft like, hey, we're gonna make this deal with Nintendo, who never even says on here a
Right.
deal, or they're like, oh, that's great, we're making this deal with Nintendo, and it's like the whole guy just
Right.
shaking his hand, it's like, yeah.
And what's interesting, it doesn't say Nintendo Switch. It says Nintendo platform,
of which there's only one now, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I guess we have one thing to collect for instead of spreading resources.
Hey, who knows? Maybe they want to put the brand new shiny Call of Duty on the N64.
I would play an N64 Call of Duty.
The Super Nintendo. Who knows?
Yeah, just at Nintendo platforms. Might be re-releasing the old the Wii ones, the GameCube ones on the GameCube Call of Duty collection for Switch.
GameCube Call of Duty.
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that before. Nintendo's yet to acknowledge anything. But the gamer in me wheels start spinning like, what would a Call of Duty Switch, is that a pared down experience like that declassified Vita game?
Definitely.
Cloud-based, probably.
That was my other thought, was at this point, if it's going to be something like
it's got to be another platform.
Or, Modern Warfare, it's
another platform you get Warzone
either
on,
that,
right? That's their moneymaker.
Or they'll take that mobile version of Warzone that runs on Android and somehow port it to Switch. Maybe give it a different subtitle or something.
Randy, you're right about that, because I think what they did that with they did it with Overwatch, and they did it with Apex.
Yeah,
they got native version.
Apex Legends was iOS's like game app of the year or something. Apparently, it's a playable version.
All the bots.
I played PUBG Mobile before with a bunch of bots. I think I won that one.
I played PUBG Mobile. I played PUBG Mobile. There's like a Neon Genesis Evangelions all around the field. I was like, what the fuck's happening in this game?
Bizarre.
Yeah, there was some kind of crossover. Their mobile app's very different than what the console one.
Running and hiding.
They're giant mechs all over the field. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. I keep getting murdered. And I was like, I don't.
10-year commitment to Call of Duty. Do you think Call of Duty is as big as it is in 10 years as it is now? Because I was thinking it was a zeitgeist 10 years ago, but then like the first couple that came out, they weren't a big deal. It wasn't until Modern Warfare that it became this.
It really ebbs and flows. I mean, they definitely have their high points, and then they have some low points. You have the diehards that are, the second the newest Call of Duty's out there, they're wherever pre-ordering.
Yeah. And they do sell a shit ton of them, even in those ebbing and flowing years. They still sell a bunch of them.
I don't know. I don't have as much confidence in Microsoft as I used to. So if they get somebody good to run that publisher after they purchase them, what they need, make sure they have quality.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Game Awards, and we still haven't seen any of this Microsoft stuff that they were buying up like 4 or 5 years ago. All these.
Yeah, and they're not. I'm surprised they sold anything from Sony right now at this point with this lawsuit. They're not going to try to sit there and be like, "Hey,
check out Perfect Dark." That's what I wanted to see.
Check out Avowed. Yeah, check out Starfield. Stuff that they could have shown that's coming out soon, but they're not going to sit there like, "Hey, look at all these exclusives we got coming out, a whole bunch next year, and we're going to buy the studio and have control over even more."
Yeah, I did see that as a complaint from, I guess, certain fanboys that Microsoft showed nothing. They've been, I mean, what was the last thing you saw? I mean, they had, I feel like they had an ID at Xbox not too long ago, but that's been about it. They haven't really shown much of anything from any of their first party studios, big titles.
We don't know what that next Forza looks like.
So it's
a Halo box for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's a dedicated Halo machine.
Same.
I think I went into a thread somewhere where somebody was comparing. They were talking about the exclusive things. They were like, "Is it even a big deal?" Because they're like they got their Game Pass, and it's like their Game Pass is like Netflix, where they just grab as much.
And there's good stuff in there, and it's.
They're like there's some of it is shit, and there's some of it is good, and it's like they said it's just like Netflix, where some of it is shit, some of it is good, and that's just the model.
And it's a backwards compatible.
You're gonna come out there like, this is really. Yeah, you're coming there like, this shit is really great, and then you got some people like,
There's
man,
garbage in here.
It sucks, Yeah.
So speaking of Game Pass, that's our
What's
next
coming
story.
to it, Brant?
Our early December adds to Game
There's
Pass.
actually some good games in here.
You got, Eastward for
I've been
Cloud
wanting to try
Console
that for
and
a
PC.
while.
I believe I've got that for Switch over there. I don't. That one, it's supposed to be kind of like a Earthbound-esque, kind of that top-down RPG kind of cartoony style. Then we have The Walking Dead, the final season. That's also Cloud Console PC.
How many parts of that final season were there, man?
Oh, gosh, I don't even remember.
How many of those Telltale chapters were there?
I don't think it says on there. Were there 3? I feel like there was...
First, second, third, and then the fourth.
Oh, no, it was...
There's 4,
Yeah, it was the
like,
final.
collections of...
There's 4 of them. Then we also have Totally Reliable Delivery Service. That's a PC.
That one looks good. I remember seeing that for something else.
Lego Star Wars.
That's
the Skywalker Saga.
That's a big
Cloud
get.
Console PC. Hello Neighbor 2, the game that just won't go away.
What is
Cloud
Hello
Console
Neighbor?
and PC.
It's a middle-aged man who stalks children.
Yeah.
That's all Hello Neighbor is.
This is okay?
I look at it.
Yes, it's
I
okay.
look at it like, yeah. These kids keep breaking into his house, and he keeps trying to like. Do
Well, yeah,
something.
the kids are fucking with him. You throw rocks at the windows, and you're basically trying to get into his house and sneak around his house, and he's always like chasing you out.
Apparently
But
hiding something. In his house,
he's hiding something.
Might be
in
other
there,
kids.
So. Who
Renee
knows?
says boo on Legos. Why is he upset about Legos? It's a good game, isn't
Boo
it?
on Legos.
Who knows?
I don't know. I heard a lot of good things about the Star Wars saga. The Lego
He has
one.
a.
Oh, okay. Boo on Legos. He stepped on one too many Legos. These are digital Legos, Renee. It's okay. You won't step on them.
We have Chained Echoes for Cloud
What is
Console
that?
and PC.
The artwork looks interesting.
The Chrono Trigger-esque RPG.
Okay.
Oh, neat. Metal Hellsinger.
Oh, that's a cool one.
That just says
That's a cool one.
Xbox
That's the one
One.
where you it looks like Doom, and you get there's a metal soundtrack playing, and you get points.
Hell
I guess
yeah.
an added score or something for like shooting at the right on rhythm or moving on rhythm, that sort of thing. Kind of like a Crypt of the Necrodancer, but a shooter.
Now you can play it on your VCR. Xbox.
Just that one.
all
Yeah.
Only Xbox
It's been
One.
on everything else already. So.
all of those games that I just went over are available as of now. The last few are coming within the coming week here. So we have High on Life, Cloud Console PC. That's on the December 13th. Potioncraft, console and PC, December 13th as well. And Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan, Cloud Console and PC, December 15th.
I laughed so hard because I was in a thread somewhere where somebody's like, "Oh, is this a sequel to Bayou Billy?" And then they went down and said, "No, this is not what I thought it was going to be."
Bayou Billy.
They were so excited, like this.
That took a turn. That took a turn, Cesar. This game looks good.
See, it
this
looks
Chained
like
Echoes looks awesome.
Looks like you've got some DLC updates for Need for Speed Unbound Early Access, Conan Exiles Chapter 2. With Game Pass Ultimate Perks, you get a 3-month free trial of Apple TV Plus and Apple Music. Let's see. And then we have the Leaving.
This was a
December
hefty list,
15th.
if I remember right.
Aliens Fireteam Elite. What's it? Breath Edge, Dragon Quest 11, Firewatch, Lake, One Piece, Pirate Warriors 4, Neoverse, Race with Ryan, Record of Lodos War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth, which
You guys,
definitely
you guys
play
both
that
enjoyed
before
that
that
one.
leaves. That's an awesome game. Roy McIlroy PGA Tour, and Transformers
Oh,
Battlegrounds.
Chained Echoes looks incredible. Yes.
it was good, right? It's about 20, 30 hours as a meeting game.
Yeah. It's
It was
got
a
airships.
Kickstarter
It's
game.
got animal companions. Not animal companions, but like I miss the like having Red 13 and Kimari Ronso in your party. Just like having fantastical creatures. Damn, music sounds good. Holy crap. See, sometimes something random like that comes out of these lists, and it's a discovery. It's like, yes, this is cool.
Well, now that you're back on the Game
Yeah,
Pass,
these games are
Ultimate
for
wagon,
me.
You're gonna have time to.
I
Gonna have
guess I
time to
didn't have it for like
try
3 days. It was expired for, and it never like tried to get me to like throw me a month or anything like that. It was just, all right, you've been here before. You need to get back in type thing. Yeah, come back. We missed your $10 a month. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in this
Oh,
Game
boy.
Awards thing.
Now, yeah. Here's for the biggest thing. All right, we are.
Let's
We're
unpack
gonna
it.
try to run through these. Of course, these are mostly
Yeah.
trailer reveals. So definitely look these games up if you would like to see the latest trailers that were revealed.
Real quick,
at
were
Game
there any like
Awards.
huge bombshells? Was there like just something that went off that floored everyone? I don't think I saw.
Well, I was about to say nowadays.
What was that?
Something that ends with a six.
Yeah,
Something that ends with a 6.
something that ends
Rainbow
with a
Six?
6.
Armored Core 6? I mean, that's not. Yes, SR, that is important for our fan base, but.
I was about to say nowadays we live in this technical era where unfortunately like everything leaks because that Armored Core.
Did that Armor Core leak other than the subtitle?
The
You just knew
the
subtitle,
yeah
but
the
we never-
the subtitle leaked, so they knew that an Armored Core was coming.
Ace Combat
Ace
6.
Combat 6. I mean, Kojima had. I don't think he
His
had
next
any
thing is Death
leaks.
Stranding, too, right? He's been.
Mhm.
I don't know. They abbreviate it as DS2, and it looks like DualShock 2 to me.
Nintendo next console
and,
that Call of Duty's coming on is the DS2.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see that thing where somebody tweeted where he just basically recopied Metal Gear Solid 2, and they're like, "Touche! I see what you did there,
Yeah.
idiot."
I did. I saw that. Jedi, the Star
It got
Wars
a-
game got
and it
leaked
got a
like a
date.
few days before the date got leaked, and like it was the Steam page was all up with the box art and everything.
Are you
for
looking
a
forward to
minute,
that one,
so-
Brand? I know Cesar just played that first one.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Okay,
Well,
cool.
I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
This is the one trailer I did watch. I wanted to scope
s-
this one out.
I was about to say, this is Adam Bankhurst from IGN that has this list for us. Again, I was actually out
Same.
Wednesday night to dinner, so I saw the notifications come across my phone for a while, and then when I finally got home, I was like, I'm just gonna let the notifications keep coming, and I'll
Yeah.
look at these trailers later. So. But we had another look at Final Fantasy
Which
16.
looks awesome.
It did get a release date of June 22nd, 2023. It looks bloody and dark.
Medieval.
And
Very fantasy
really fucking
medieval,
good. Yeah, they're keeping that kind of action style. I think they've pretty much gotten away from their turn-based RPGs for
Does seem
Final
like it.
Fantasy.
But there's like a story mode. I don't know if it was in this trailer or later on when they were talking about it. You can do a non-super actiony way to play and just play like story mode, which is probably the way I'll go.
From Software revealed Armored Core 6 as Cesar was
Cesar,
just
you've
talking
always
about.
loved Armored Core,
Fires
right?
of Rubicon.
You've always been a fan.
Yes, and you have to play the first ones on PlayStation. I think the first 3 on PlayStation. All the PSP ones were spin-offs, and then 4 was on PS2, and then 4 and 5 was on PS3 360. I don't think did they skip the PS2 era?
No, there was one of them was a launch title.
I don't remember them.
Yeah,
I've got
I
two
remember
for
one on the PS2.
360 here that I just happen to be reaching into these A games.
Armored Core 4, yeah, and then there's Armored Core 4 and there's Armored Core 4 Nancer, and then there's Armored Core 5. Armored Core 5 is the one that was directed by the guy who did Dark Souls. That's the only one he's touched. I don't think there's a mainline Armored Core.
And these aren't. Yeah.
Not
No,
in a
it's been
while.
a minute.
Not in a very long time has there
Yeah.
been a main line.
So I was checking the Armored Core lore.
So I mean, if you follow the storyline, so let's see.
This is why he's our lore master.
Give him time to do his magic.
Yeah. So Armored Core 3 was and PS2 was the last one that followed the story.
And it started on Super Famicom, right? Wasn't the first one for Super Famicom?
No.
No, I was about to say I thought it was only PS1.
There's no front mission for Super Famicom.
No.
There's
That's-
no
front
that's
mission
front
for
mission.
Super Famicom.
That's not.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
different.
Not Armored Core. I got my tactical mechs mixed up. Front mission, totally different. All right, Armored Core 6.
So yeah, there wasn't really much to that trailer. I mean, get to see some space and some mechs and
That was not previously announced. We didn't know there was a new Armored Core coming. Very cool.
yeah, but it was just announced and confirmed to be a 2023 release.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was leaked recently was the Fires of Rubicon
Yeah, subtitle.
title. We didn't know what it was at the time. It was some game from Fires of Rubicon.
That was Namco.
Next we have Hades 2.
I know people are excited about that one.
Looks pretty good. I'd say it looks like it's going to be a direct sequel, diving all the way back into that world, Supergiant, bring in some of that more Hades goodness. I know, Cesar, you played a good bit of Hades, didn't you?
I did not.
You didn't? I thought you played a little bit on.
That's the only game from that studio I haven't played.
Yeah, you loved all their other stuff before that.
I love these.
Yep.
Giant.
Then we had a game called Judas. This is from Ken Levine. It's his next game. Basically, just looks like BioShock in space, which makes sense considering he created BioShock.
I need to watch that one then.
About Judas.
I was about to say, if you haven't watched that trailer, watch that damn trailer, dude. It looks cool. It's pretty cool. It's
even got a sea
BioShock.
shanty.
Yeah.
It's like a sea shanty.
Interesting. I'll check that out after we record.
It's really, really good. I'm super
Judas.
fucking excited.
And does that have platforms announced? Details are scarce. Narrative-driven single-player first-person shooter. Wasn't he helping with the System Shock stuff, or did he leave that alone?
Yeah, it says. Hold on. It says PS5. I think it's current gen only. PS5, Xbox Series XS, and
It's not VCR compatible,
Yeah.
or PS4 jet engine. Next up was Death Stranding 2, officially announced.
The fetus of Norman Reedus has.
Norman Reedus
Has
and the
grown.
Incredible Fetus. Was he shown off in any of the trailer?
Yes, Norman Reedus. This says an older Sam Bridges. Honestly, the only thing that's different is his hair and his goatee and everything are gray. He looks like there's no wrinkling or anything. So
All they did was turn on a slider, make his facial hair gray.
Yeah. They made his hair
Yeah.
make everything gray. And then Kojima also noted that he rewrote Death Stranding because of the pandemic. So
Damn. Made him rethink his outlook on the creative property or the IP of Death Stranding.
I guess so.
Idris Elba joins Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. New gameplay trailer revealed. Okay, so that's an expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon Reed. This is the current gen console exclusive. It's PS5.
It's leaving behind the other ones.
think this is the one they said, well, we will get a actual physical disc version of.
Oh, cool.
2077 on the current gen consoles.
Oh,
Instead of the Path to Victory, the current Path to Victory. That's good. Here's Brant's Star Wars Jedi Survivor trailer.
oh,
It hit all the right notes for you?
yes.
No. Where's the girl? Where's the girl?
I think it takes place 5 years after the first game. Definitely check out this trailer if you enjoyed the first game. Release date confirmed to be March 17th, 2077. Those bastards at
2077?
limited run.
We gotta wait a long time. We gotta wait a long time for the
2077.
Jedi.
2023.
Norman
we just did
Reedus gonna be old as shit when this thing
2077.
comes out. That was good, Brant.
But the limited run got the exclusive collector's edition.
You getting this one?
Which is $300.
What's it come with?
And comes with the game, a steel book,
Tube thing.
a
saber.
functional lightsaber, Cal Kestis's lightsaber, which honestly, there was a survey a couple years ago from the Disney Parks blog or something like that, and it had several different characters and which lightsaber would you like to see come to the parks, and Cal Kestis was one of them.
Huh.
Yes. He was lower on the list, I believe. I want to say it was Qui-Gon lightsaber that won that. But this is a functional, like, Disney Parks.
Richard's favorite map.
Same
Halo.
Same style of lightsaber, works with those blades and everything. And I was interested in, like, okay, well, I don't know about spending $300 on the game and a lightsaber and all that. You know, at least maybe the lightsaber might be sold on the Disney side or something. If I get interested, I'd like to see the price. I did a lot of digging, and again, Disney Parks blog was in there and said it's an exclusive to the collector's edition. I'm like, you son.
So
of bitches.
I did read somewhere later on. It is the one that you get at the park. Like, it is a legit one. It's not some throw-in.
It's the
plasticky thing.
I have one in the closet. It's and yeah, you plug the blade in, it twists in, locks in, and yeah, it lights up. It's got the sounds and everything, and it's
is that enough? Knowing
cool.
that that's the only way to get it, and knowing the quality that it is, not to get you to $300.
Yeah, $300, man. I've even got a dang 5% off coupon, I think, for a limited run at the moment. It came in one of the games I bought, but yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, I absolutely love Symphony of the Night, and I debated buying that extremely fancy collector's edition that they had with that, and I talked myself out of it. That would have been one to go for.
Because, Jeremy Parrish is with them now, so he's got all the research and stuff behind these collector's editions. Someone was, I think it was on Twitter, they were talking about, they missed the days of it just being like $100 collector's edition. You got a nice statue, maybe an art book, and it just made it more obtainable. Like, I think about the Halo 3 one all the time. We sold so many of the Cat Helmet Halo 3 copies. And it wasn't that, I think it was $100. You had like a $60 SKU, you had maybe an $80 one for that mid-tier one, and then you had the $100 one. And they got away from that with collector's editions. I only get them now if they're like price mistakes or clearanced or something like that. It has to be something crazy that I gotta have, sort of thing.
There's part of me that sees it and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I see that price, and bills and everything else are, way up there, and I just go, nah, I really don't need that. So
that's why we're bemoaning the death of like the $100 collector's edition with like a nice statue or art book or something like that, and just how crazy they've gotten with these big exclusive. Everything comes with it, $300 type joints. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
remember that SpongeBob one was like $250 with the. I think it was the game. Yeah, the socks.
the
It was the
socks.
game, Brant. I think you played that game and enjoyed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I buy the ones that are the ones that I really like.
I know we both got that biohazard. What was that thing called? It wasn't biohazard. Biomutant. We got that one because it was a price error. That's for scoping out something.
I'm about to say he must have moved it because I don't see
I
it
got
over
this-
there now.
I got the
'Cause
Zelda
it was
one.
with the
The Zelda one was
Elden
only
Ring.
$100.
What's this? What's this? Ooh.
What is that, Cesar, for the audio listeners?
It's,
I guess come back and describe it. Oh, it's all the Trails of the Sky.
yeah, I was about to say.
4 of them. I think you told us about that one episode.
Nice. That's beautiful.
It has all.
Okay,
It has all
that
5
was
games
worth
in
it
one
then.
box.
I mean, that's a
I'm not even gonna ask how
big
much it
difference.
was.
From,
Like,
yeah, for
it's
5
60,
games, that's not bad at all.
Honestly, not bad.
No.
Honestly, not bad. It ain't no $300.
well, the Japanese yen is pretty weak.
That
so
helped.
I mean,
That helped.
we're going in, boys.
All right, we had Diablo 4, a new trailer, and it is release date for June 6, 2023. Street Fighter 6, which again was another thing that like leaked out. I want to say that day. It was like early that day or day
Showing off some of the
before.
key art and stuff.
Yeah. And that is release date of June
June starts feeling
2023.
pretty crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
We'll
some
see
of
if
these will
it
get
sticks.
pushed. Because I think when they threw the Diablo team, I think they were saying in the background when that June 6th date was thrown out there, I think they were like, I don't know about that.
Next, my heartstrings were tugged on as we got a new trailer for Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. We got a small trailer that confirmed Kevin Conroy's voice acting talent is used
Oh, very
for Batman in this game.
Very cool. Like a last hurrah, right?
And
That's dope.
yeah, and we got a release date, a new release date of May 26, 2023.
Next up, Nintendo showed off the first clip from the Super Mario Brother movie. Did you guys watch this?
Oh, of the
Yes.
of the
Is it still-
the pipe
does it look
travel
good?
and stuff like that. It honestly, I have no problems with the aesthetic or anything. It actually, that clip it's not a bad clip. It
Is
looks
it still
pretty
the
good.
Chris Pratt Mario that's throwing everybody off?
He's got a
With his-
he's got a weird Italian accent now.
Yeah, he's got like it's like a half-assed Italian accent.
I don't know. It's like a New York Italian.
It's
I don't know
yeah,
what this crap
it's
is.
half
Weird.
like Brooklyn-y, New York, Italian. It's
Oh boy.
I've seen so many damn things where it's that old clip of him going, "It's me, a Mario." That's not the voice. And then it's the Tyler, the creator, going, "Well, that was a fucking
It is the
lie."
voice. Oh crap. All right, I gotta watch it.
Watch it subbed.
Yeah, I may watch it in another language.
Watch it subbed.
Tekken
Then
8
we had
trailer.
Tekken 8. And also, we are getting the return of Jun Kazuma.
After seemingly dying in Tekken 2.
Trying to see. Yeah. I'm looking. I don't see a release date or
Yeah.
anything on that either.
Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC announced exclusively for PS5 arrives in April. So kind of like the wintry expansion for that first one, there's a Burning Shores one for this one, and it's only for current gen consoles. April 19th,
Lava.
2023. Brant's favorite.
They fumbled.
Act-
they
active-
fumbled this crash game.
Activision.
They fumbled it.
So
Activision's already trying to milk Crash for all he's worth. by having a 4v4 multiplayer. Yeah, looked like almost like hero shooter esque kind of deal. I don't know what the hell was going
Over
on in this
Crash
trailer.
Watch.
But and there was no. They said 2023, but they didn't say if this is going to be a full price game. Is this free to play? They're probably going to microtransaction the hell out of it. Like it.
Crash is back, baby.
You let them make a couple decent Crash games, and then they just go for the jugular and give you the
free to play nightmare.
Give you the crap. Mm-hmm.
Next up was some Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 gameplay. I remember this one being highly. The first one was highly revered on that 360 PS3 generation.
Yeah.
Celeste creators' next game, Earthblade, gets a first look trailer, and that developer is Extremely OK Games. I didn't play Celeste, but I know everyone loved it, so it's way more than Extremely OK.
Yeah, and it's I'd say it falls into that Metroidvania style. It says 2D explore action game.
Explore action. Is that what they're trying to do now instead of Metroidvania? Explore action. It's not bad.
Know. It's definitely Metroidvania style.
Next up was Bayonetta
But
Origins,
good.
Soretsa, and the Lost Demon. The heck is this?
It is the Bayonetta spin-off game. That was, I guess,
so
rumored?
It's not like a full AAA Bayonetta release?
No, it's still being developed by Platinum.
So AAA.
So
it's just in a different art style, maybe? That's what I'd been seeing, that I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah.
If you play Bayonetta 3, the demo of that game's in Bayonetta 3, because there's a segment in that
cool.
where you play this.
Okay.
And that arrives to Switch March 17th, 2023.
Bayonetta Origins.
There's going to be a Hellboy game. What was it? Hellboy Web of Weird. And it's coming to, looks like, current and last-gen platforms with PC as well. Said to be a
roguelite action adventure.
It said roguelite action. Yeah. So, the trailer didn't look bad. I'd actually like to see some actual, like, full-on gameplay and some explanation.
Do we need new Hellboy content?
More in depth.
You're asking for PS3 game, maybe?
Do we need new Hellboy content?
I don't know.
You like that universe?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's good.
Is that Bayonetta game only for Switch?
Yeah, Hellboy.
Okay. I don't think we talked about that.
Yes.
It's got Nintendo and Sega's name on.
Next we have.
Just waiting for Nintendo to say, buy the fucking license.
Please take it.
Yeah. We have a game packed with a bunch of random people.
90 stars.
Crime Boss Rockaway City. Published by 505 Games. Is a stealth first-person action shooter, including the talents of Michael Madsen, Chuck Norris, Danny Glover, Kim Basinger, Danny Trejo, and Vanilla Ice.
Richard's very own Vanilla Ice.
So you're tasked with becoming the leader of a criminal underworld in a fictional version of 90s Florida.
Florida man's real.
Florida. Oh, God. Florida man just bursts in there, becomes the ruler of the criminal underworld.
He's the main character.
Smoking bath salts and ripping off people's faces.
Oh,
and whatever else Florida man does. Lords of the Fallen.
Every time we always start with the Lords, I always want to finish with the Underworld.
It's another RPG. Let's see, set in a dark fantasy world. It's a reboot of the 2016 Lords of the Fallen.
You're supposed to get a sequel, remember? And then they went through like 85 different studios.
Right.
The original studio never want to redo it.
So yeah, this is supposed to be, I guess it's technically a reboot, but it's also a sequel because it takes place 1,000 years after the original.
And it's 5 times larger than it.
Next we have The Last of Us Part 1 and Returnal coming to PC. Last of Us is set for March 3rd, 2023, whereas Returnal just says early 2023. I think these are just some of the awards announcements. We have the player's voice went to Genshin Impact. Elden Ring got Game of the Year, and then we had some weird person get up on the stage with them, kind of crashed the stage, stood behind them, and then something about he wanted to nominate Bill Clinton, his Reformed Orthodox rabbi, Bill Clinton, or something. I don't know what the heck that dude was. I think that dude needed some help or something.
He has a history of doing outlandish stuff on live TV. Let's see.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3's got a release date window, August 2023, which is still far away. No platforms on that one, right? I think it's just still PC only.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the plan is eventually get on everything as it can, but I think for right now. Another dropped a Forspoken demo.
Which honestly, at this point, the game has been delayed so many times. I guess that's the smart thing to do because Forspoken was kind of up there when they announced it, and at this point, my interest level in Forspoken is like way down off the charts.
Demo's been very mixed. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's gonna be that type of game.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Then we had the interesting looking Transformers Reactive, which is an online action game developed by Splash Damage, coming to PCs and consoles. Banishers Ghost of New Eden. What the fuck is that? Starring a pair of ghost hunters, Banishers takes place in 1695, a weird time. The Haunted Wilds in North America follows these two who are romantically involved as they work to stop the threat of lingering ghost inspectors. Okay, this is the one from the Life is Strange studio. Dot Nod. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. All right. That one looked interesting.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we had single player Magic first person shooter Immortals of Avon revealed for this one. I think there's some stuff that I think it's not interested in.
Avium. Yeah, it looked. I don't know.
That was the EA original. I don't think I ever saw this. Okay, it comes from a group of developers who worked previously in Dead Space and Halo and BioShock.
It looked okay. I mean, it didn't really show much to me.
Then we had Gearbox announce, which they're part of that whole Embracer group. Remnant 2 for 2023. Sequel to Remnant 1, a new game will be released on PS5, Series X, and PC. Skipping Series S, that's weird. And will once again be a three-person cooperative shooter with deadly worlds, unique loot, and ghastly beasts. I guess it's like what Diablo is.
I feel like that one just came out too. I guess not.
Mm-hmm. Then we had the interesting Blue Protocol, which looks like Genshin Impact, Namco, which is releasing pretty much on everything, I remember correctly. And they have 5 classes: Blade Warden, Twin Striker, Keen Strider, Spellweaver, and Foebricker, which none of those things ring a bell to me.
Surprised there hadn't been more Genshin Impact imitators or clones. They are.
Oh, they're out there. They're out there.
Then you had the surreal platformer After Us announced at the Game Awards. Private Division has announced a new game from Piccolo from Dragon Ball? Piccolo Studio.
Private Division. It's Private Division. It rings a bell. Do what?
2K Games. Yeah.
That's right.
It's 2K Games. It's like their indie label. Called After Us. The game is set on that post-human Earth where players become Gaia, the spirit of life, throughout the. I remember Gaia from God of War, but the game players will need to establish souls of extinct animals and provide them.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Replaced. That one looked really fucking good.
Yeah, that one does.
Replaced. Retro futuristic platformer has received a brand new trailer at the Game Awards. I think this is the one that's coming to Xbox, right? Alternative 1980s America.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take place to a trailer park in a rundown city in the lab and more. I think this
it's a unique art style.
Game Pass at some point. It's very good. Vampire Survivors is now on mobile.
Has anybody been bit by that bug?
It's
yeah.
Not yet. It's pretty cheap. I think it's on Game Pass now. So, Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLCs arriving next year. Dead Cells is crossing over with Castlevania and a new DLC arriving Q1 2023. The DLC will add new enemies, 14 weapons, two new biomes, new storyline, 3 bosses, 20 outfits, and and over 50 original reimagined Castlevania music tracks.
Hope that gets a physical release too with that music on there. Brent, you jumping in on that one?
Should.
They always said that was like the best new Castlevania, like that, with the Souls aspect to it. But that's very cool that Castlevania's getting weaved in there. Konami's making good decisions here past couple of months. I mean, I know this stuff's been churning for a while, but yeah, I know.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
Wood.
All right.
Knock on wood somewhere.
Valiant Hearts coming home is headed to mobile devices soon. The World War I epic sequel to Valiant Hearts: A Great War is making its way to mobile.
I always wanted to play that. That was one of those Ubi art games.
Colossal Cave. There's nothing on here. Other than that, Colossal Cave's got official release dates.
Mm-hmm.
Got some new trailer for Wild Hearts. We had the new raids coming to Modern Warfare 2 Season 1 Reloaded trailer. We had Fire Emblem Engage DLC trailer, which, like every other Fire Emblem, there's DLC coming.
DLC before the game is even released.
Absolutely. You have a Dune Awakening in-engine trailer, which shows like in-game. We also have the new Destiny 2 Lightfall gameplay trailer, which looks interesting. It looks very different from the other Destiny stuff that's come out. Yeah. It's probably... I was like, oh, this actually looks different. Soon to be Richard's favorite mode, Among Us. Hide and
what do you do in that? I saw the tweet, but I didn't see what you do in that.
Hide and seek? I don't know.
It's like Dead by Daylight or whatever it is, where you have like one person that's a bad guy that's hunting everybody down. You're hiding. It's like hide and seeks, like Brand said. So you're trying to run away from the bad person, and they're just coming down. There's no trying to guess who it is.
Did that say it's coming to all the versions of Among Us?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Let me look.
I'm scared. I'll let Brian do the research. They had a new look at Horizon Call of the Mountain gameplay, which shows a little bit more, but
it didn't convince you, or it's not like the killer app or system seller or anything.
I would need more anime games for me to buy a VR thing at this point. There's some that are coming out, and I was like, and it's almost there for me.
Yeah,
I need a little bit more. There's some anime visual novels that I've kickstarted on for my PlayStation VR. I have not touched yet. Those fuckers come back. They come back ported over there. I will be buying it. Yes. And I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Kind of sped through it. Anybody wants to go over whatever I sped through?
I don't know.
The fact that they release another version of Last of Us Part 1 that gives Richard another chance to play the game.
That's your Keeley Awards. The Keeleys. How was his, well, I guess none of us watched it live.
It was I watched it in the background while I was studying. And this is probably one of the better ones he had within the last couple of years. So it wasn't that bad. It seems like it took the feedback from the last couple ones, and it's like they didn't have like the weird announcements was like not all these games were like A+ AAA games, but everything was like it was
presented
okay.
well.
That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's cool.
He said it was going to be a shorter show, but it was still like 3 hours.
I mean, Chris Judd took like 15 minutes on his second. So.
Yeah, they gave God of War a good bit of a.
I was like, I sat there and did like 20 problems in my book, and I looked over. I was like, man, this guy's
still on there.
I was like, holy shit!
I know. I know that. What was it, Wario? Oreo tweeted out, he's helping
Yeah.
people win those Steam Decks.
Gave out like 15
Doing the Lord's
speech
work.
in his whole speech. Yeah, I think they never let him finish.
Oh.
He had to go on Twitter and finish the speech. Like he went on there, he's like, oh, it's like they cut me off before I could finish. I got to take
That's
my
cool.
wife who's on there. I was like, damn.
That's cool. What did Reggie come out there and talk about? I saw Reggie was one of the speakers. Don't recall.
Oh no,
Yeah.
didn't
I
watch
forgot.
it live. And that
He came out to announce. He was talking about like the innovation and how like storytelling in games and stuff like that. I remember that. I just don't remember what category he was announcing for. He came out there to announce.
I'm wondering because he had some recent tweets about cloud computing and things like that, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
please don't start putting your name behind that crap somewhere.
Oh,
Hey man, he's just telling you how he feels. There's a corporate veil, and there's a how the person feels
Yeah.
inside the corporate veil. So
And he's got to look for a new gig. He's got to look for a new thing to peddle. I'm sure he doesn't want to be in that exact same space.
yeah.
Cloud pizzaing with the Bigfoot. Cloud
and
pizzaing.
you know, it's like when Sean Layden got his new job.
What is he doing
all that,
officially?
so. Works for
He's like a
Denny's,
consultant, right?
Chinese company.
Yeah.
The people were giving him a hard time on Twitter. It's like, take your blood money.
Renee says he wants a Silent Hill remake. Brant was just
Silent
playing
Hill
that on Wii, wasn't he?
Don't get Renee will get
ESP.
very upset about that.
I know he
feels
doesn't
some
like
type
it.
of
Was
way.
it is that one Origins? Or Shattered Memories?
Yeah. Shattered Memories.
He feels certainly about that game. Damn it, Renee. Oh, it's Renee's dying on the Silent. Renee is literally dying on the Silent Hill.
The Among Us thing just seems to be for the hide and seek. Just seems to be for the base
Like the mobile
Among Us.
PC or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe consoles, maybe VR in the future.
Yeah, possible. I mean, they just came out with
Yeah.
Among Us VR, so
It's
it's probably
very
going
new.
to take them a while to add more.
And every time I pop
to
into the
that, so-
Oculus, it's like the number one seller still. There's people burning it up on. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's,
all those 8-year-olds are playing.
they were in that last
Among
game I
Us on
played.
Yeah. That's Richard Murders. a bunch
I
of
was
6-year-olds.
never. I still haven't been the murderer on. I haven't been the murderer on Among Us. I haven't been the imposter yet.
Oh,
There's some funny clips that come out of that though. He literally just killed somebody right in front of me. They're running in there. Somebody's hitting the button. It was you.
It was you.
All right, is that it for news? We're going to games played now.
yep.
Small Halo update. There was a December update for both Master Chief Collection and Infinite, and they added a map. We didn't know there was a new map coming. And it's called Imperius, and it is the pit from Halo 3, if you all remember and love and know the pit. And so myself, friend of the show, Renee, Renee's dogging out that Silent Hill in the chat still. Who else was on there? Friend of the show, Russell. Friend of the show, Patrick. We were the foursome on Halo last night. And they've got that new Imperium map is its own featured mode. So you just pick that and you're playing the pit. And it's faithfully recreated. Like, it's really well done. Almost like those Forge maps where we're like, oh, hell yeah, this is definitely Facility from GoldenEye. It has that same true feel to it. And it plays really well. You just get random game modes on it. So you might get Capture the Flag on there. You might get Team Slayer. You might get Fiesta. It just mixes up the game modes on that map. We started off like 0-4, 0-5 before we got a win. It was a struggle bus all night. Yeah. It was to the point where I was like, okay, we gotta get a win, and then I'm chalking it up. I gotta get out of here. It was a lot of fun. Renee was on there with us. Renee had a good time. Man, it's just madness. Halo madness. I've started playing, friend of the show, Russell was over here the other day. I guess it was yesterday. He's been wanting to play Final Fantasy IX again. So we fired up a new game of Final Fantasy IX. And we're not even out of the castle. I don't even think we're Steiner yet. I think we're still Zidane. So early on in that, but it looks good. I forgot how well that game still looks and plays. They just do so many unexpected things with like weaving FMVs into right after the battles, and just there's so many unexpected art touches. And I'm every time I'm playing it, it's just like, God, this came out of a PlayStation 1. Like we were spoiled back then, and that was coming off those other great PS1 RPGs, and we were about to head into the PS2, and I think he and I both got to the 3rd disc on all of our playthroughs. Like, that's the furthest we've got, so we definitely want to see Final Fantasy 9 through. So I think that'll be our, when we're hanging out type, we just churn away at Final Fantasy 9 and keep playing at that. Also played, because it was in my Wii for some reason, Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I picked up that save. Yes, it has been in there for a while. But I picked up that save on the frigate on the opening, and I finished the opening where you meet Meta Ridley and get stripped of all your powers, and then you go land on, was it Talon 4? I'm having issues. Maybe I have to move my sensor bar, but the Wii controls, all of a sudden it'll just be like her arm cannon will just be pointing some random way, and I'm like, I didn't even move. Like, I'm still in the same position. I haven't done anything, and it's just like, it could be kind of jarring. That's the definitive way to play, and I'm still not fully convinced it's that much better than I don't know. I think the GameCube one. The GameCube one's, yeah. For now. We think this. I thought my starting it up last time was going to summon the Metroid Prime Trilogy collection from the depths. We didn't get that at Game Awards either. When do you think that's coming? Some January Direct or something? Or never?
Whenever Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
When the next Nintendo platform is getting
will we be able to play Call of Duty on a Nintendo platform before we play Metroid Prime Trilogy Remaster?
Probably. At this point, yes.
We're gonna joke about it, but then it's like 2020.
Yeah.
Like, what a year to be alive.
Let's look back on episode 2. Was it 237 from NOFODcast? We said this was gonna happen.
The one thing that everybody's getting very anxious about is this new Nintendo platform that's coming at some point, when they're like, deep down, everybody believes it will not be backwards compatible with the current Nintendo Switch stuff. Oh god, that's what people are apprehensive about right now. So, they're like, I bought so much shit for my Switch, I'll be super pissed. It's like, I will never buy.
I guess the thing that sucks, I mean, we've all had Nintendo consoles for years and years. There's only been, well, the Wii was, and then the Wii U was, but they tend to make good hardware, so it's easy to get a hold of. They sold a shit ton of these. It's not going to be hard to find Switch consoles in the future. If it does end up being something and you have to buy those digital licenses again, that's the part that sucks, right? I don't want to buy Super Mario Brothers again.
No. Face it, this is going to be the most Nintendo thing that you've had, and you're going to be able to play all your stuff. It's going to all be backwards compatible as long as you buy the new Nintendo Switch Online Plus for $100.
Which we're already graciously.
No, plus.
Cesar will upgrade
the new one. It'll be plus.
Plus Ultra, you gotta go.
Renee says 2027
Platinum.
for the new Nintendo hardware, I think.
No, I actually played a game for once, and
did you really?
We need new hardware. I exclusively played something on the Switch, and I'm like, this is I went online and bought the PS5.
What were you playing? I'm curious now. Jeez.
River City.
That doesn't play well on Switch.
Ooh.
It is. That's if you want to.
Yeah. No, I'm done. That's it. I basically just tinkering around because I was on a trip most of the week.
I've been studying a lot, so I've only played one game, and that's River City. I ended up buying River City Girls 1 and 2, the dual pack off of Amazon Japan, and that shipped here, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I never beat 1. So I fired up 1 and went through that, and it took me like 6 hours. It's pretty meaty, man. It's actually not that bad, even though the ending's kind of weird. Let's put it that way. And apparently, if you have to go back and get all this other shit to get the good ending, I'm like, I just went online and just watched it. So apparently the second game takes place after the good ending, but the first game, it plays fine. I mean, there's like a little stutter here and there where you get these little frame rate hiccups.
It can be so jarring.
It just kind of jumps up there, but it plays fine. It shows up rarely, and I'm like, all right, this is fine. I was like, I'll go with it. Let me go with it. I went through it, and it's like, it's River City Ransom, so like this one's like double dragon. You can go in there and you can 2 players. You can do friendly fire if you want friendly fire, and you get 4 characters at the end of the game. If not, I mean, the whole point of the game is that it's Kyoko and Masato is looking for their boyfriend Ricky and Kuno. That's all they fucking talk about the whole thing. But it's just weird because at the ending, like the Ricky and Kuno, like they never knew them. They're like, yeah, it's those two girls think they're dating. I'm like, what the fuck? The ending was really out there, man. I was like, what is happening here? But it made them look crazy. But outside of that, the game's pretty good, man. It's just like any one of those Double Dragon ones where you go up in the dojos, and I think the one that runs the dojo is Billy from Double Dragon. He's teaching them the new moves and all. You can recruit enemies in there to join. It ties your L1 so they can help with your attacks. But I think it took me like 6 hours to beat it or something like that because I was like, let me do this before I play 2. So I beat it today and I fired up 2, and holy shit, man, that game runs rough. I hope they patch it because it's like just going into a map area, just like it loads, it stutters. It's like it's not the frame rate hiccups, it's like it fucking stutters. I was like, it's a 2D
That's bizarre.
game. What is happening here? Like, and it's like it doesn't do it. I don't think I'd see it in battle, but like when you load into a map, it does stutter. And I'm like, I literally went online and it's like, fuck this, I'm not dealing with this. I'll just buy the PS5 version and cut my losses. I was like, it's not playable for me, man. It's not enjoyable. It's like especially going from 1 and 2. It's not that bad. I think it runs slightly
I feel like I stopped buying a Switch copy of something a while ago. Like I get the big Nintendo games, the big Nintendo first party things or the exclusives, and then like the stuff I want to support, like the Cowabunga collection, the Atari 50 collection, that kind of stuff that I'm actually probably going to get on something else as well. But it seems like I've gotten away from that because it's almost universally the worst place to play most of anything that comes out for all of it.
I tried, man. Because I was like, let me just get on here, man. And I figured it was a 2D game. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. Because I play mostly visual novel on the Switch. And it's like, what is that? Like, I can get 120 frames per second. I'm probably going to Switch with a visual novel. It's like me pressing A. But to advance the images. But, I mean, I don't know, man. That was just, it hurt worse, man, going from 1, which played fine, outside of maybe one hiccup there. And the hiccups were very rare. It would come up ever so often, but it wasn't during battle or anything.
Yeah.
But man, I just going from 1 to 2, and just it's like it's night and day. Like what the fuck? I'm like, it is not smooth, man. I'm like, I think I'm gonna at this point, like Richard said, I think I'm at that point, and unless it's like a first party Nintendo game, even then those are not safe.
Yeah.
To get Pokemon.
And Link's Awakening was one of the first ones where I was like, this should run perfectly. And there's some
Link's
hiccups
Awakening
in there.
I think I'm at that crossroads now that I'm probably not gonna be buying that much for
just the Nintendo stuff
Switch at this point.
And you can almost tell we're getting out of this hardware cycle because we're getting a lot of Kirby games, right? That's always the.
we're getting the final Wii Kirby game in the
that's always a sign of a
Kirby
downhill Nintendo console is a bunch of Kirby games.
It's weird because it's like you feel like they would come out with a new console for Zelda, but it's like it's too late. I mean, because they would announce it by now. Because even when the Switch came out, they at least announced it before it came out in March, right? It was like
what's Zelda's date? What's Zelda's
the year
date?
Before it came out, right?
We're a long ways. Yeah, this thing.
I can already see the controversy now that Majora's Mask was a ROM hack of Ocarina of Time. Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a ROM hack of.
They'll have had a lot of. Oh yeah, you're just going over the same places. Yeah, they'll have had a lot of time to optimize that engine. So I'm hoping that does at least run well on that platform. I hope there's no technical issues. But if you were going to coincide it with that, you would think that it would already be. Yeah, and is it going to be a backwards compatible joint where you get you get a Switch cartridge and you just get a smart delivery type thing, do you pop it in your existing hardware or
it's Nintendo that's not gonna
I don't see them making multiple builds for something like that.
I think they would shoot themselves in the foot, man. You got the whole ideal that a lot of people were excited about rebuying stuff, but then again, it's because a lot of people skipped out that Wii U generation.
Yeah, it did.
It worked perfectly.
And they were better versions. They loaded faster. They had extra stuff. Like they were all deluxe versions of a bunch of the ones we'd played.
I would be I don't know, man. It would be weird to me if they were like, all right, we'll just 4K everything up and have people rebuy these 4K version of games, and I don't know, man.
Tropical Freeze 4K, and I quit after the second world like I always do because it gets too difficult.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's getting to be that point. These holiday sales, I think, will show something. That'll show market saturation and such.
I mean, because it's the first the first couple holidays, like what was it, September and October and November? Like was it October and November? Nintendo was number one, right? They were number two, I think, right? I think it's starting to finally. I'm hoping it pushes.
There's still never been a price drop though, so that's usually another indicator that you see when that stuff's. There's been none.
Not with the inflation.
Yeah,
I think
that also makes sense.
Just leave it at full price. Yeah. I mean, if there was if the inflation wasn't as high, I think we would have seen one by now. But I think at this point, that it helps them.
Yeah, because there was all those rumors when the OLED Switch was announced, like, hey, they wanted to do way more with this hardware, but it ended up just being the screen upgrade.
Or force clock down CPU, I think that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
It was like a weird Egger chipset where they were capping at
River
something.
City Girls.
But yeah, that's it. River City Girls 1 and 2. I tried, guys. I really tried to put. I couldn't put 10 minutes in 2. I literally I don't know if they're gonna patch it when the US release happens, because this is the Japanese release and it actually came out in December, and I think the US
maybe some optimization.
Maybe they said it wasn't ready for US. So.
Now I was about to say that kind of disappoints me. I actually got River City Girls 0 in the mail yesterday from Limited Run. I know I missed that limited run of the original, and I just bought it off Play Asia. But I do have the River City Girls 2 from Limited Run as well, so going to be waiting on that for a while.
Yeah, the River City Girls 0 is very different because it. I'm not gonna take up too much time because I know you need to go. So if you look on do you have yours nearby, Brent?
2 seconds. I'll grab it.
Check it out.
Yeah, we made a joke about that game coming out that has your fan favorite of Vanilla Ice on there. He's a main character.
He was at the award show, right?
He's in the game. I don't remember him.
Dropped it.
Excellent. So, do you see that on the back of the case, on the very, very left, to the limited run, there's a name in there. You see the name of it? I forgot what it's called.
Carbon? Hold on.
Carbon what?
Engine?
Carbon Engine. So this is what I talked about before, Richard.
Yeah,
Carbon
I was about to say that's their
developed by
in-house
Limited Run,
one.
And
Yeah.
it's their emulator that runs NES, Super Nintendo. They upgraded to run PlayStation games now.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. They just upgraded to run PlayStation games. They're working on it to get PS2 games on there at some point. It just runs everything and plays on every modern console. So that one, so that version that you have there is just the Super Famicom version, running in that emulator, which they applied the patches to with the translation as well as the English voice acting, because it enables them to hack that emulation to add stuff in there.
That's who Modern Vintage Gamer works for, right? Doesn't he write that? He writes that Carbon Engine.
Yes.
Yeah. They just stole somebody else too that's very good in emulation. They're supposed to announce it starts over there soon. That's supposed to help them with the PS2 stuff.
I wonder who that is. That's pretty cool.
They said they hired it. It was a known person. That's all they gave.
I wonder if it's that Jaguar guy that you and I were talking about. Ron Whitestone. Okay.
It could be.
And you're right. I definitely believe that this is a Super Famicom game, because this box art is very like 90s anime. This looks like freaking
awesome.
Like different, like a Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Because that looks like freaking Botan and
Yusuke.
Yeah, and yeah.
Or
Kuwabara up there with the pompadour. But then you go to like the more modern River City.
It's a good
Girls,
contrast,
and it's a little definitely more like a modern anime cartoony style.
A bunch of the Yakuza and Great Teacher Onizuka had the pompadours too. They had the ones that he was harassing.
I don't want to take too much time, but have you been reading the new manga for Great Teacher?
They brought him back?
So like, it's still going. Yeah. So the new one is pretty funny. You enjoy it because like he's in prison, in the U.S. prison, And then he's going back and explaining like what he's been doing and how he got there, and it's a whole teaching gig. They
Of
got him in
course.
US prison. It's pretty funny, man. Yeah, so it's like he's just serving time in jail, and you don't even know how long for. And he's like going on this whole spill about like what he was doing in the previous school and how he ended up in that.
I love that
Pretty
character.
Good, the manga's still going. Yeah, the manga. He just does like these weird
That's
arcs
cool.
now, like they're all over the place.
Bring us home, young Brant.
Breaking news: Marvel's Spider-Man 2 available to wishlist on UK PSN store.
Announcement imminent.
That's interesting.
Coming
What is it with
Coming out next year.
Insomniac, man? They're like
Yeah.
prolific as hell. And Naughty Dog, there's a rumor about a Uncharted reboot, but not under Naughty Dog though.
Yeah.
they're assisting. I think they said it's like they're only like, hey, this is how we would do it type of thing. Support. They provide
Yeah.
support. Is what they.
So games played.
That
It's-
wonderful stat you got going on.
It's
there.
good, Brant. Are you gonna keep it, or are you gonna let the beard start coming
Yeah,
back in?
it's
I'm
good.
gonna
I
let
mean-
it grow. I'm gonna let it grow back out.
I'm digging the. I think you could do the hair
Yeah.
as a pompadour.
Yeah,
as well.
probably.
If you get it up there, it looks like you could do it, man. You could be a cool bar, man. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I wish I had hair, man.
You have
I do a
hair.
pompadour,
You just
too.
shave it all off.
It's nothing
I
there on
see
the
a
right
little
top,
bit.
see?
I see. I mean, unless that's just shave.
Very-
I remember
very
Cesar
super.
with hair. Brant is not. There's not a lot going. No offense, Cesar. There's not a lot going on. This is a good look.
You
This is
just-
a good look for Cesar.
Yeah, he got to the point where he's just like, "Fuck it."
This is
and
a good
shaving
look.
It doesn't look bad. You're one of those dudes that like, damn, is like
Sparks are flying on NOFODcast this week, ladies and gentlemen.
is like. There's some dudes that can't
Yeah.
pull off
the
being
head,
bald.
the head shape.
You pull it off.
We love your head
perfectly.
shape, Cesar.
I'll take the compliment. I appreciate it. Even though I could go full grunge and have hair down. You like the hero from Dragon Quest 11.
All right. I did the Game Pass cloud gaming thing again. I think it
What'd you
was
try that
last
on?
weekend. Just on my phone. Just got the that little. It's basically like an SN30
Uh-huh.
Pro, the 8-bit dough deal.
Okay, so the 8-bit dough you've been using.
Yeah.
Tiny
And it
one.
recognizes it like no issue on your phone. It's just.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This one's like branded specifically for Xbox
I
Cloud
think I remember
Gaming.
when you got that one. Yeah.
Actually, here's the box. I don't have it in this
yeah.
room.
I
But
like
have
how
it
that
right
one
here.
looks. I've been looking at some of their sales here and there because I've got their Super Nintendo controller and I freaking love it. I would like to get one of those PC, like that, one that
Yeah.
works for a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. And I think you could even buy that one with a special like articulating clip to hold your phone
that's
as
right.
well. But I think I just had some downtime at my dad's house and was sitting there and played a little bit of old school Doom, and I played the first mission in Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Every
Carrington
now and then, I
Institute.
mean, you'd get that. Yeah, every now and then you get the that weird like screen refresh that'll scroll down. But honestly, again, as long as you're on decent Wi-Fi, it plays perfectly.
Yeah.
Any of those games do.
Yeah, the screen
Season
refresh thing
2.
is weird. I did that. I played something and
It happens every now
Yeah.
and then. It's fine. You'll be playing. It's like, oh, this is perfect, and all of a sudden you see that like old. It's a weird like scrolling, almost like on those old TVs.
it's a reminder that
Yeah.
you're not playing a local thing.
Yeah. It is jarring when you see it, but then you're like, no, well, yeah. Season 2 of Overwatch is on us, bringing a couple new maps and a new character.
I hate to cut you off. Did your family finish you were
you're
talking about getting the fam to the finish line on the first season. Did y'all wrap that one up?
They got to the point where they unlocked the character.
It was the important
the-
thing they
the-
wanted to
the
do.
new
That's
character.
right.
That
Okay.
that's what they both even got past
Cool.
that. So, and they
Is that the only chance you get that character once? It's
no now, if you had previously purchased Overwatch 1, you had, I believe, 2 characters. Maybe in all cases you had the 2 plus the brand new character. But as far as I knew, the latest character was only unlockable through the Game Pass by most means, or just outright buying
Right.
her. Now
You can pay real money.
and now those characters you can either buy them outright. There's certain challenges you can do to unlock them as well. In that section for them, it has them checked off, so I don't even know what those challenges are to know how easy or difficult it is to obtain them. As of now, the newest character is also behind the battle pass. It's not as hard. Before, you had to either buy the battle pass to immediately unlock him on tier 1 or wait till tier 55. Now, he's either, again, unlockable at tier 1 by buying the battle pass, or he is unlockable on tier 45 if you do not buy.
How much are the battle passes?
Like $10, and it's 80 levels.
Yeah.
You get the character. If you buy it, you get a 25. I think it was like 25% more XP to help you advance through the battle
Pretty
pass.
good boost.
Yeah. And then of course it's mostly just like emotes and sprays and this, that, and the other.
It sounds like what they do with Halos. I guess that's the standard.
Yeah. It's pretty much like like the Halo thing.
I'm all about that XP boost. You're getting me on this game right here.
Boost Mobile.
Boost.
But that is like during the whole duration of the season, you get that 25% boost.
That's
So
good.
It's not like
okay.
Halo where you get a boost
For an hour.
on this tier, and then you have to use it, and it expires in an hour, and then you have to get more. And
I mean, I got like 6
And challenge swaps.
Never work.
Yeah, they never do. It gives you the same shit.
Might as well just take it away.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can go away with that shit.
and then the last game, which I actually have been playing quite a bit, is for the PlayStation Vita. It is The
All right.
Amazing Spider-Man.
That's the Beanox one, right?
Beanox. I don't know. I see Activision. I don't see Beanox
Gotcha.
anywhere.
Get a copyright section in the bottom.
Copyright section. Looking. Doesn't look like any Beanox. Activision.
They probably, I know they made the main one. They probably licensed out the portable, the Vita version. How does that one play?
Yeah, I don't see it. Every now and then you have a little bit of slowdown. Load times, like to get into the next area, can vary. Because if it's, loading into like a smaller area, of course it's going to be pretty quick. But in loading into like the big city, it takes a little longer. Story takes place pretty much after the first Andrew Garfield film.
I love those Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Which at the time I never watched them, and then of course I watched them
That's our turn
later.
to those.
I watched them later and was like, Andrew
Did you tell the boy about his parents?
Andrew Garfield got a
Never
bad
mind.
rap, man. He got some wrongful
He did.
hate
I thought he was
for
great.
those movies.
Movies are good,
Those
man.
are pretty decent
Yeah.
Yeah,
movies.
movies are good.
So this takes place after the first film. Oscorp is basically said that they are not continuing Dr. Connor's work, but they actually are. The start of the game, Gwen Stacy is taking you through the Oscorp's labs as you're Peter. She's sneaking you in basically to show you that they have not stopped. And there's all of these different experiments you see, like you see a rhinoceros man hybrid, you see a scorpion man hybrid, you see, all these different things. And there's a rat human hybrid kind of deal. And what it is they're unstable, and they're technically they're like contagious. All the hybrids are unstable.
Most of Connor's experiments were like that, right? Including himself.
Yeah. So the person that's over all of this is Alistair. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name? Why do I want to say Alistair like Crowley? Alistair Smythe is his name. He is like a robotics expert, nanobots, and all of this. And what happens is, while you're there, the other mutant hybrids react to you, and not in a good way, and they start breaking out. Ooh. And so Oscorp goes on lockdown, trying to quarantine all this. You then change into Spider-Man and try to
fix everything,
help contain the situation. But some of the hybrids get out and then start an infection in the city. So now you are trying to get back with Dr. Connors and find a cure.
As Peter,
so that
in
basically, that bit? Well, no, you're Spider-Man pretty much throughout the whole game. Like I said, you get those frame rate slowdowns, but honestly, it is it is not a bad game.
Wow.
Especially for on the go. This same game, what was it? It was for I know I looked this up. I want to say it was PS3, 360, and the Wii, maybe. The Amazing Spider-Man was released on.
Version. I think the second one had a Wii U version. God, the Wii U. How many times is the freaking Wii U is going to come up on this episode? Who's buying their copy of Ghosts on Wii U yet?
Okay, yeah. It looked like, Amazing Spider-Man, PS3, 360. And Wii. Yep, there it was. And then obviously the Vita. While the city of New York is definitely a little bit smaller than I'm sure than the console counterparts, it is it's fairly big for that system. The slowdown tends to happen sometimes with web swinging,
a lot to render
every now and then.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's pretty smooth. You can see again some of the inspiration for the modern day Spider-Man in this game. You have your regular combat, your dodge. There's some web stuff. There's even like stealth takedowns and things in this game. It's a pretty damn good Spider-Man. Though the weird choice is, like, you don't have a health bar. You don't have like a like any web gadgets or anything like that. It's just there's like an upgrade system, and as you level up, you get certain points that go toward combat, and then there's another like point system that goes towards your tech, which is basically just different types of web moves, or tensile strength or ballistic armor and things like that.
Do they build that into the story? Like, is it something Peter discovers or develops, or is it just like a menu that pulls up? And
there are actually a good bit of side missions. Some of them do include you meet a reporter and she will say, hey, there's this Oscorp lab over here. You might be able to find some tech to help you, upgrade your Spider-Man
That's
stuff.
Cool.
So there's, again, plenty of side missions. There's even car chase parts basically just like in the Insomniac game, where you have to go to the area, initiate it in this version. I don't know if in the console version it just goes straight to it. But you have to web swing and jump, from police car to police car to the dangerous criminal's car, and you jump on the hood, web up their windshield. Every now and then the passenger leans out the seat and tries to shoot you with a shotgun, so you have to make sure you dodge his shots, and then eventually you web it all up. They can't see the car, like rolls and flips, and Spider-Man makes a giant web and catches the car.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's actually pretty damn cool. There's like comics to collect and other crimes, a lot of muggings or potential violent crime, and it's you just show up and save a citizen, beat up a couple bad dudes. But of course, all that gives you XP. Like I said, no health bar. It's just one of those things where if you start taking hits, the screen just starts getting red, and then after a while, Spider-Man just falls down. So, it's I don't know. It's just actually
good,
a pretty
portable
dang good
Spider-Man.
game.
Yeah,
it honestly is. Up until the Steam Deck, I don't think there's been a better portable version of the Spider-Mans. That's really why I got this. This tends to be a more pricey game for the Vita, and it's one of those I've heard. It's got its its moments where it struggles on the system a little bit, but honestly, it's not bad.
It's still plenty playable.
I did a little diving, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll buy
Did you get a
this.
decent deal on it, or did you pay the Vita premium?
I paid the Vita a little bit of the Vita premium. It wasn't as expensive as I've seen it.
Is it?
But look it up. It runs like high 80s, 90s sometimes. So
I don't know if I'll pay that much for
Spider-Man.
Well, I got that and another Vita game. I just haven't gotten to play it yet, and this was like, I believe, $14. So
Oh, I love Unit 13.
I'll take Unit 13 for $14.
Damn.
And Spider-Man at, I think it was like $80.
Me and Cesar played a good bit of that online.
It's a wash.
It was fun.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Unit 13 too. So
I think that was Zipper's last game. Do what, Cesar?
like that.
We play a lot of it
Dirty when you say
online.
like that.
Yeah, it's Zipper's last game.
Unit 13.
Zipper was done after their 13th unit. It's fun.
but that's my games played.
All right, 10 o'clock. You guys got anything you want to add?
I'm good.
Let's get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Adios.